Role-playing games, or RPG to the intellectual badasses known as nerds. Where do we even begin?
Fantastic worlds with endless content. Check.
Gripping stories and fascinating characters. Check.
Always ensuring you will never have a real life outside of that dungeon you call a room. Double check.
We love RPGs here at CHG, and the endless hours of life they drain from us.
They have a way of pulling you in unlike any other gaming experience.
They blend the player's will and psyche brilliantly.
And we're gonna do a top 10 on our favorites because we want to, and that's all the reason we need.
That's right. We're doing a top 10 because, well, that's what all the cool kids are doing these days, and we love to be impressionable.
But before we begin, let's lay down some ground rules. 1. Only one game per franchise.
But not one per developer, because let's face it, great game makers make awesome games.
Rule number 2. Any game is up for grabs.
No matter the age or the console, anything is up for grabs, so long as it's good. It could be 30 years old or just released last week. As long as it's up to par, it can make the list.
Rule number 3. We both have had to have played the game or have watched the other play it.
This ensures a fair analysis from all angles, and no bloody revolts amongst the team, lest we not forget the savage riots of the Pong debates.
Rule number 4. This is only our opinion, so treat it as such.
Yeah, we just feel like this is a cool list to make, and we wanted to share our thoughts, even though we're right.
And finally, rule number 5. Enjoy the show.
So, sit back, relax, and roll that sexy new intro. Kicking off at number 10 is something special, so just you wait.
Wait? Wait for what?
Silence, Philistine, and let the music take hold.
Oh, Xenoblade Chronicles. Why didn't you just say so?
I really like the intro.
Fair enough. In this world of endless sea, no life dared to exist, until one day 2 giants rose from the depths.
The 2 titans, the Bionis and the Mechonis, immediately proceed to destroy one another. How or why? We don't know, but it looks cool as hell.
From here, we flash forward hundreds of years later as humanity, aka the Homs, have spread on the Bionis and have been locked in a bitter war with artificial beings from the Mechonis, known as the Mechon.
The Homs are pushed to the brink when an ancient sword is discovered, the Monado, a blade of light once wielded by the Bionis, capable of destroying the Mechon.
You play as Shulk. Yes, the Shulk from Smash Bros. A young man from a local colony on Bionis. However, disaster strikes as your home is destroyed by the Mechons, and a new type of Mechon immune to the Monado, and well...
Fiora! No!
Yeah. Tough break, buddy.
From here, Shulk, with the power to change fate, sets off on a quest to stop and gain revenge from the Mechon. This took quite a dark turn, didn't it?
Dark opening or no, this establishes a huge open world, rich and deep with lore. And to top it off, you climb this giant dead Bionis, exploring these huge, massive open worlds on a journey well over 100 hours long.
Top that off with beautiful writing, great characters, fun combat mechanics, and an awesome mechanic in which you can read time and fail attacks, and you have an amazing RPG.
How amazing? Well, it was amazing enough to bump off our original 10th spot, XCOM, Enemy Unknown. And I still love that game to death, but after sitting down and putting over 2 complete playthroughs on Xenoblade, something needed to be said.
The only mark against this game is its availability. Seeing as how this was a GameStop exclusive, which practiced extremely, how should I put it, shady practices, with used copies of this game being $90 to $150. What kind of paint thinner are you huffing?
I was lucky enough to find a new copy on eBay for around 60 bucks. God bless Canada, you Maple Leaf wonder. But then again, thanks to the new 3DS port, this game has been made more available, and thankfully this is an awesome masterpiece.
And cheaper. Plus, they have a sequel in the works. Titled X, it will span a brand new world over 5 continents with new characters, themes, and combat options.
Including mechs!
Yes, Tony, there are giant robots. Anyway, this is an extremely awesome game from an awesome developer, and here's to the success of this hidden gem that sadly hasn't made enough lists.
Giant robots!
Okay, I know what you're thinking. What the hell is this game and why haven't I heard of it? And this was a Sony game, made by the Shadow of the Colossus and Ico team?
Okay, so in the mid-90s, Sony spent a lot of time in creating in-house market assets and franchises, and these early teams would become Team Ico, where they formed to create this RPG gem.
In this game, you play Dart, a former mercenary on his way home from a massive war. However, on his journey back, he is attacked by a great dragon. Dart returns to find his village destroyed and his dear childhood friend and love has been kidnapped.
From here, Dart sets out with a series of companions on a journey to stop the world's ruin, harvesting the power of dragons to become dragoons. Seriously, these things are badass.
Not only that, but the story is genuinely good and surprisingly deep with complex characters, all spreading over 4 discs.
The world is well fleshed out and vibrant, and the game has a very complex and fun combat system using a sort of DDR combat implementation style, rewarding more damage for more precise timing. It really is unique and fun.
And the soundtrack, dear God, the soundtrack. This opening is one of the best in gaming history, having a haunting tune that pulls you in every time you hear it. But that being said, it hasn't aged that well in the graphics or voice acting department, but it does not diminish the great story.
This little guy used to be pretty expensive, trying to find a physical copy at least. But since it's re-released on PSN, it's dropped in price considerably. If you haven't given this a try, you can pick it up for about $10, and we highly recommend it. You won't be disappointed.
I don't want to set the world on fire. I just want to start a flame in your heart.
War never changes.
My God, where do we even begin?
How about the story?
Oh yeah. It is the distant future, and the world has been ravaged by nuclear war. What little remnants of humanity that cling to existence live in the destroyed remains of civilization. Those fortunate enough to make it underground and avoid nuclear chaos live in small provisional shelters called vaults, and this is where our story begins, inside Vault 101.
You are the Vault Dweller, whose father is Liam freaking Neeson. You start the game, as any other, by killing giant cockroaches. Ugh.
Soon after that, you are let loose into this gigantic world. I mean, it's so large, it can be kind of intimidating, really.
Not only that, but the variety of quests, weapons, interactive characters, playstyles, and leveling systems will ensure no two playthroughs are the same, and it is awesome.
Vast ruins, sprawling caves, abandoned swamps, alien spaceships, I mean, it just keeps going.
But wait, we hear you say, cry Havoc Gaming, what about Fallout New Vegas? Well, here's the thing.
True, New Vegas has a lot of improvements over Fallout 3, including a refined combat system, better iron sight aiming, higher level cap, an impressive hero-villain system with factions, and better companion control. But, and I can't stress this highly enough, those are only technical improvements. The world of New Vegas, and if you play it, you know what I mean, it's barren. I mean desolate. You can spend the better part of a half an hour looking for a serious meaty quest to bite into, and I'm not talking about those slow little one-instance hero-saving ones.
And the game is a bit of a buggy mess. Don't get me wrong, Fallout 3 has its issues too, but New Vegas was infamous for its broken day one launch. If you thought Assassin's Creed Unity was bad, you should have seen old Tony here rage as he kept falling through the floor as the scary doctor with the broken neck chased him.
I still have the nightmares. Anyway, also in terms of artistic measures, I think 3 holds higher than New Vegas. Everything just seems more drabbed and washed out to me. But hey, it's all down to personal preference. And regardless, these games are both phenomenal and surprisingly cheap. I picked up both Game of the Year editions with all DLC for $20 each. If you haven't played these guys yet, do yourself a favor, let loose on the capital or Mojave Wastes. They're calling.
And don't forget to pick the minigun on the goat. After all, you wouldn't want to miss.
Yeah.
Quick question, do you like chaos? Hell yeah you do! Roll that intro.
Borderlands 2 is an FPS RPG. Borderlands 2 is a damn good FPS RPG. Borderlands is love. Borderlands is life.
Ease back from the cliff, Tony. Okay, so, Borderlands 2. Much like the first game, you play from a series of predetermined vault hunters with a class based on a never-ending hunt for increasingly awesome loot. But this time there's a story, and a pretty damn good one.
You, the aforenamed Vault Hunter, is sent to Pandora by Hyperion, an evil corporation bent on terraforming and ransacking the planet of Pandora. Though all is not well, as you are betrayed by the villain of the game, Handsome Jack.
Now let's talk about this asshat. Handsome Jack is a villain, and a damn good one, if not one of the best villains in recent memory. He is evil, delusional, funny, snarky, and above all, hated by the players on all fronts, and that's what makes him so good. He has a definable evil and an objective for the characters to beat. We as the player are encouraged, poked, and prodded to move forward and beat him. And that is something that a lot of RPGs lack, a memorable and defining villain, but not this one, because we always wanted to shoot him in the face. Twice. And every environment feels fresh and original, as well as the characters. Oh my god, the characters. The playable characters with whom I share spiritual and emotional connection with are hysterical. Even the side characters will make you cry with laughter. Here's to you, Tiny Tina and Mr. Torg.
And this is a great example of art design and progression done right, unlike our number 8 sequel we just mentioned. The gameplay is refined and perfected to an amazing level of polish. Also, the loot system from Diablo is so improved, replacing swords with guns. Over a bazillion of them, and I am not making that number up. You just want to keep hunting and looting one more cave, one more layer, and that makes an amazing game. And this game is another steal, costing around $20 for a Game of the Year edition. Oh boy, listen to that choir. Dragons, baby, I'm going dragon hunting. Get my sword and magic boots.
Talk about intimidating worlds. Look at this bad boy. Jeez. And the DLC added another island and underworld. This game will drain the life from you.
Time for the story. You are the Dragon Boy, a being born with the soul of a dragon. Go figure. This grants you the ability to use the Thum, or the Dragon Speech, a complex series of words and shouts that create powerful magical spells. Then, as the dragons are brought back from extinction, you are released into the world to do what you do best: solve the mystery of the return of the dragons. Or don't, and wander off into a ditch. I mean, hey, I'm not the writer of your story.
This in many ways is the true successor to Fallout 3, as the world is more massive, the combat more engrossing and deep, and the quest system is just massive. Oh, and the soundtrack is as amazing as always.
More amazing is the fact that you have no limits. You are allowed to do whatever you want, to do in whatever order you see fit. Become a vampire hunter, an assassin, a mage, or a werewolf. Whatever you wish, it's possible.
Pile on top of that the complex character system, combat magic, skill sets, and leveling system. You have all the makings for success.
Oh, and you can ride dragons. Cue the montage!
Can mark against this amazing game just may be its selling point: the dragons.
Yeah, as amazing as it is, the novelty with them will soon wear up, as you can literally run into one every 5 minutes, and it is a little annoying when you're in the middle of a plot-critical stealth quest and this happens.
No, a son of a...
Hey guys, thanks for checking in on part 1 of this video.
Yeah, it's really awesome that you did, and tune in next week to see the conclusion of our top 10 RPGs.
Unless you're from the future, in which case this is already magically available. Hi, future people! Do we have hoverboards yet?
Anyway, guys, thanks for checking this video out. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video.
It's the only way we'll be able to escape the basement. See you guys in the next video. Bye-bye.